What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sessie Stuff. I'm Blythe,
And I'm Emma.
and we are here to talk all things college and SEC football. Emma, how excited were you to see Alabama walk into Death Valley and get that huge, dominant win this weekend against LSU?
It was amazing, and I don't think anybody was expecting it across the board on game day except Nick Saban. But he even like his pick when he picked Bama, I was just like, I don't think you wanted to, but it was just a loyalty thing. But across the board, everyone picked LSU. When we broke the game down, we both said it's going to be a very tight game, maybe a field goal difference to decide the winner. And then Alabama absolutely dominated 42-13. I mean, Death Valley is known for breaking opponents' dreams. It is loud there. It is such a tough environment, but I mean, Alabama made it seem like they were playing a home game almost. They made the crowd leave towards the end. Not even towards the end, maybe halftime even. I mean, I got it was raining, but I was like, this is Death Valley. I expect more from you all. They pulled a Texas too and threw their beer cans and water bottles on the field. So don't lie to that. But Alabama absolutely went in there and dominated, which was a sight to see from them this year.
Yes, they clearly wanted that win, and they definitely wanted to test that LSU defense again. Milroe's ability to make that magic happen with his speed, and just like we talked about, he was going to have to be strong on his feet, and he absolutely was. He rushed for 4 touchdowns, and this LSU defense struggled yet again against a running quarterback.
Absolutely. So Alabama total rushed 311 yards. They defense really forced Garrett Nussmeier into these really tricky situations, presented multiple turnovers from them on the ground game. Obviously, Jalen Milroe led. He was dynamic, and that's what we've been waiting to see from him. And I don't know if it was so much Kalen DeBoer and his offensive scheme wanting him to put him into like a Michael Penix box, get him to throw a little bit more than he's comfortable with. But I think finally they let Jalen do what Jalen's great at, and that's run, Jalen, run. And that's what he did all day long. And like you said, he got 4 rushing touchdowns, and that's what we've been waiting to see from this Alabama team. They were brilliant on their defensive side. They obviously shut them down until their second, third stringers were out there, gave them a touchdown, but they were strong. And if you're an Alabama fan, this is what you wanted to see from them. We finally got this glimmer of hope that without Nick Saban, we can play joyous murder ball, which is what we've been missing. Even against the Georgia game, we thought that's what it was until the second half. And then it was like, well, I guess it's not so much joyless murder ball. But Womack has truly molded this young defense into a formidable unit. They completely shut down LSU's offense, created those turnovers, sacked Garrett Nussmeier. I was blown away by this.
2 interceptions.
Yeah, I absolutely blown away. And I mean, Milroe, he has been struggling a little bit this season, a little bit of an injury. He had those 2 weeks off, and we saw what they can do with a little break. We saw what they can do when they're healthy. And if you look at their injury report compared to other teams they play, Alabama's is typically small. And I will give that up to their strength and conditioning people, but also there's always a little bit of luck involved. But these kids they're strong. They're able to twist and bend in multiple positions, keep them healthy. And I think that is such a huge thing, especially going through November, potentially the SEC championship. I think their chances of that shot up greatly.
Yes.
It was great to see just Milroe dominating, which we all knew he had the potential to do, and doing that in Death Valley of all places is just a confidence booster to the max for this team moving forward.
Absolutely. And I would think for sure with this third loss for LSU, the playoff hopes are over for them. The loss, this is their third loss of the season. They opened the season with a loss to USC, and that loss looks worse with every Trojan loss. And, and this Trojan team too, they have a great chance to also win out, but a 9-3 season is just probably not going to be good enough this year to be extended into the postseason, into the playoff. And this LSU defense just needs to get it together, especially against the run. They just cannot stop the run, and the offense wasn't explosive either. And Alabama did what Alabama needed to do. And going forward, this is going to be great momentum, like you talked about, and great confidence for them moving forward with those playoff hopes and SEC championship hopes still alive for them.
It was quite shocking to me because Nussmeier has been a great quarterback for LSU. Yeah. He's not a runner by any means. He had 13 yards running going into the game, but his pass game has been very strong for this team. And the fact that he was able to be completely shut down in his home turf at night was a sight to see. But Brian Kelly has really struggled with defenses for years now. That's kind of been his Achilles heel. If he had a better defense with Jaden Daniels, I think he might have had 2 national championships with him. Like, you kind of wasted a fantastic player. I mean, we see what he's doing in the NFL now. So you just need a better defense. So going forward for him, when he's going to look at the transfer portal, when he's looking at recruiting, defense would be top of my mind for Kelly. Because yes, you can put together these amazing offenses, but if you don't have a defense to back it up, that's going to catch up to you and you're not going to make it as far as you want to, being LSU.
Yes.
So I have high hopes for them moving into next season, that with the transfer portal, with recruiting, they'll be able to pull in a great defense. You might even need to move around a couple coordinators to get something that really meshes with your offense. But it's LSU. They're always going to be in the talk, especially when you're playing at night in Death Valley. Alabama just was able to show up today, and they were really a complete team, which is what Kalen DeBoer has been wanting from them. He wants offense and defense to be full, and that's what he got. And if this can continue, they will be competitive in every single game they play moving forward. And moving forward would be SEC championship and playoffs. So it's really going to be exciting.
It is going to be exciting to watch things unfold, especially with the Ole Miss win, another loss for Georgia. Then they have to go down the stretch and play Tennessee. I mean, things are going to, as we know, we've said this weekly, things are getting wilder and wilder and wilder each week. But really, with this past weekend, and then especially next weekend, things are going to shake out very differently. And this is exciting to see.
I'm very excited. I think they're at 9 now in the AP poll. We'll see where they land in that CFP rankings. But I mean, this is the Alabama that it kind of looked like a Nick Saban team, quite frankly. And so having that joyless murder ball under Kalen DeBoer, it's like, all's not lost, Bama fans. You're still in it. If they can play to this level moving down the stretch, I think sky's the limit for this team. And I'm excited to watch them week in and week out. I think the rest of their season, they play Mercer. So we're expecting to see a lot of Ty Simpson there. And then play Oklahoma, and of course the Iron Bowl against Auburn. I don't think that, just based on the performance of these other teams, I think they have a pretty easy road to the playoffs. And depending on how other games shake out in the SEC, potentially even that SEC championship game.
Yep, like we say, win and you're in.
Exactly.
And that's all they need to worry about is just continue to win, and the rest will definitely play out how it's supposed to. And especially with a bunch more competitive games coming up this week.